All right, good morning, everybody. AJ, it's always a pleasure.
Morning, Scott.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since we put in my garden, and I thought we were going to get burned there with the, not burned, but with the cold a couple of Fridays ago, but we made it through, and now we're talking about the Fox 8 garden, and well, we just got it in, what, a couple days ago?
Yeah, so we put it in a couple days.
Yeah, so let's do kind of around the horn and see what we're doing different this year.
Absolutely. Well, with the weather this weekend, I mean, in spite of today, it looks beautiful. It's a great time to put in the garden in spite of, what we're seeing today. But, it's a beautiful garden. We amended the soil a few weeks ago, went through, put the weed barrier down, got the soaker hoses in. And one of the key things that we did was we rotated the garden. So we had our tomatoes over here last year, so we flipped them over here. And the reason why you do that is so that bacteria and fungus don't build up in the same spots. You don't want to have the same things in the same spots year over year. And you want to make sure that you have plenty of space between your plants. So, you start to see them now and, they're small. And actually, even over the past couple of days, they've grown from what we planted in here. They really grow quickly. So, but you want to make sure that you're leaving plenty of space so that it's not just an overgrown jungle when you go ahead and go through. And then we've got our herbs on the side, so same thing. You want to leave plenty of space for the herbs, and you want to think about how big they get and make sure that you're putting compatible things, in places together. We're doing asparagus for the first time this year, and actually we've got some mint that is coming back from last year. So if you are doing mint,
and that'll spread like crazy,
and it comes back obviously. So if you're doing mint in a pot is really a great idea.
Right.
We've got just some beautiful eggplant coming through, and then zucchini and peppers down and through here. Now, when you're planting zucchini, you really want to keep in mind how big they get, and they'll get this big.
Right.
So you want to make sure you leave plenty of space, go around over there, and then we've got just a few peppers coming in through here.
Right.
And then we've got cucumbers here, and the cucumbers, you want to make sure that you either put a tomato cage or some kind of trellis system, because they're going to want to climb, and they'll fill in this whole thing. And you want to keep the cucumbers off the ground. So as those are growing up, if you do see them getting on the ground, you kind of want to lead them onto your net or onto your tomato cage. That way you keep those cucumbers off the ground.
More herbs back here, right?
Oh yeah, we did some basil.
Is that
we got
basil over there?
I'm Italian.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we got to have some basil.
Sure.
We did do a little bit more mint.
Yeah.
Although I might move that over there eventually.
Yeah.
And then we did some chives, just grating some sage, and then arugula, and then we've got potatoes over here. So we'll see the arugula come through, we'll trim that, and then the potatoes will start growing up after the arugula, after it gets a little bit too late for the arugula to go. But as you're looking at it, you want to make sure that you just keep everything clean. So you want to make sure the weed barrier really helps with that. Just helps keep it really organized, really clean, and it makes it just a lot more enjoyable.
Sometimes I run into the issue when I cut the grass, I inadvertently blow grass clippings on top of the weed barrier. You probably don't want to do that too much.
No, you want to keep it as clean as possible. So any weeds that come up, I mean, the weed barrier really keeps weeds out of it, but you want to keep, any grass clippings, anything that you see, just try to keep it as clean as possible. And honestly, a little leaf blower, you can just blow it off and have it, keep it clean, take everything out of it.
We don't need the soaker hoses right now because we've had so much rain, which is a good thing, but we'll need it. I mean, once we start getting into summer, things will dry out. It's a good thing to have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, getting it done, it's so easy. Hook them up to a timer, but you're right. I mean, through this weekend, I think we're good on water.
Awesome, AJ.
Thanks, Scott.
Back to you guys.